Thank you. Thank you very much. Start with a French evening. Good evening. So today we are going to have experience and sharing our experience, importance of ethics in legal profession. In generally, what we can say that our legal profession itself is an ethical profession. So in this one, how we are going to discuss about the importance of ethics and what are the things related in this importance. Let us have some discussions in this one. So the next point which I want to talk to you that ethics. Whenever we discuss about the ethics, whenever we talk about the ethics, there are many definitions comes for ethics. Some people define it as what is right, what is wrong. And some people say some other definition. In fact, ethics is not definable, is not implementable. Then the problem comes as why? Because it is not conscious. It involves not only our thinking, but also it involves our feeling. This was given by Vadlimar Viswajal. So from this view, we can say that ethics involves our thinking and feeling. Both are linked with the ethics. Both are linked with the ethics. So these two things are involved with ethics. Whenever we talk about the ethics in our profession, there are many ethics are there, but I have just taken few of them. Meta ethics, descriptive ethics, normative, applied, ability, mixed, tried, and extraversion. These are few of the important professional ethics. So whenever we go for the other things, now my question comes as here, what is professional ethics in the legal system, law? Professional ethics, which encompasses an ethical code, which governing the conduct of a persons engaged in the practice of law, as well as persons engaged in the legal sector. This is a brief definition for professional ethics, which we take it. When we see a set theory, the ethical and legal things, how these things, two things are linked here. If you see the intersection point of ethics and law sets, there are two sets here. One set is ethics and another set is law. When we see these two sets in intersection point, where I have just marked X red mark, they the ethics means ethics and law both are interrelated. Both are having some of the influence on each other. When we talk about our profession as a lawyers throughout the world are the specialized profession who places the interest of their clients above their own strive to obtain respect for the rule of law. Client is the God for the lawyer. We want to keep the interest of our client. We are trying to make our client to satisfy with respect for the rule of law, not crossing the rule of law. So these standards, whenever we talk about the standards of ethics or developments of ethics, as per the principle of 26 of UN Basic Principles on the role of lawyers, when we talk about this, codes of professional conduct for lawyers shall be established by the legal profession through its appropriate organs or by legislation in accordance with the national law and custom and recognized international standards and norms. When we see this basic principle, which was given in 26 UN Council, is that one, Code of Professional Conduct for Law. They should be established on by the legal profession. And it is very much stressed that it is through its appropriate organs or by legislation in accordance with the national law and customs and recognized by international standards and norms. Let us see what is ethics in general. Ethics. Ethics are simply principles and values, which together with the rules of conduct and laws and regulate a profession. See what is linked here. They are the principles and values, and they together the conduct, the laws to regulate a profession. Morality is more and more, what we can say that morality is more and more is linked here. Morality things, moral things, every moral things may be coming here as one of the, what we can say, the ethical value. Now, whenever we talk about the ethics, in this one, why this ethics is important in our legal profession? Either we may be a teachers of legal courses, or we may be legal practitioners. Why we need ethics? In generally, ethics dictates to legal professionals a series of roles related to the professional acts toward the people who really wants to be professional. They are acting professionally. They are acting professionally. They are acting professionally, and this profession, whatever the profession, the legal profession, this is more and more linked with legality and ethics, which cannot be separated. The ethics cannot be separated from its legal profession, from our legal profession. My friends, I am going on banging of ethics. Here I am not a trainer. I am just sharing my experience with the eminent university, what we call the European University. Let us have a small discussion before to step into some of the things. Why professional ethics is important. If anyone comes forward for the discussion, it is well and good. Otherwise, we can go forward. Anyone wants to talk on this issue?
I just want to make just a little opinion about that generally there are some professions, of course every profession is very important,
Yeah.
but there are some professions which are really very crucially connected with morality.
Yeah.
With morality. These three professions are doctors,
Teachers.
lawyers, and teachers.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I think, because all these professions are connected with people's destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny, their future. Yes. So that's why the ethic is very important with, I think, in every case, but mostly for these three professions. And one of these professions are all, of course, lawyers.
Yeah, very nicely you have given your opinion. I too agree with, because professional ethics is more and more valuable to these three professions, because the future of the nation is building into the classroom. And how we are importing the ethics in the classroom, that will be leading to the ethical values to the other professions. Thank you very much. Thank you. And let us go to the continuous. Now I'm talking about the professional ethics. Let us take a famous quote. I don't remember who has given the quote, but generally in all my webinars, I try to use this quote. A famous quote may be taken here to understand about the professional ethics. Actually, ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is a right to do. See, there is a very what we call that a confusion little bit is there. What you have a right to do, what is the right to do? There is a link between this. The ethics is just to tell you the difference between what you have to do and what is right to do. What is your action? The action, how you are doing, whether that action is right or not. I don't use a word of bad. Is it a right or not right? It is a good or not good. Here we have much discussions. Someone's good, maybe not good to others. Someone's right, maybe not right to the others. When we talk about the right, we generalize that majority, the majority of the people who makes that it is to be right. Acceptable, the acceptable nature, the acceptable law, where the society can accept that action. Thus, these kind of things we can just to say that these are the things which we can accept it, we can take it as our one of the, what we can say that the important things, what is right to do and what is right to, what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Here, you may say that I have a right, but is it a right to do? Your right can be imposed at any time. You have a freedom. It's no doubt. Can you take a stick and going on moving the stick in a heavy busy road and you say that I have a freedom, but that is not right to do. So what you have a right to do and what is a right to do. This is the quote actually taken to know that it will give the difference. Ethics will tell us the difference between these two things. So whenever we talk about the ethics, there are many benefits of the professional ethics in our legal profession. When we are taking about the ethics, when we are talking about the ethics, we have accurate satisfaction. When we are following that, we are completing our task basing on ethical values, then we feel it satisfaction. We have done a thing in a proper way. We have done a thing in a good way, which is acceptable by all. Employees are more likely to take pride in their work and feel valuable in their roles. The important thing is that the employees, they will think that if there is ethical values are there, they feel pride in their work. And they do the miracles. They do the miracle in their work. Whenever we talk the impacts of professional ethics in our legal studies, professional ethics are one of the effective indicators. They are an important motivational tool which makes us, which creates the organizations to create excellence, sustainable development, and desirable competition. And if the ethical values are followed, it reduces the conflicts, increase the commitment. Among all, the major thing is, if we follow the ethical values, we are socially responsible. Our social responsibility, we are going in a path of social responsibility where we are one of the element in our society. So by following ethical values, professional ethics, we achieve many things in many directions. The organization becomes very excellent organization, And you can see there is a development in our organization. And also you can see there is a reduce of conflict and the commitment which every organization wants from their employees. The commitment, that commitment will come to us when we are ethically following our rule. The main ethics of this employment community, I am getting my livelihood. If this my livelihood is genuine, what I am doing for my salary, what payment I am taking, I am doing to that service or not. If I am not committed, then I am not eligible for what I am drawing. So we must be committed. We must be committed. Our desires are different. Our motives are different, but there is a commitment to our service. That commitment must be followed by our ethical rules, our ethical, professional ethical ethics. When we discuss many things about what are the main aspects, I cannot limit here the few things which I wrote, but they are the majorly, typically they are included. Whenever we talk about ethics, we think that there is a honesty. Honesty is one of the key element of an ethics. Trustworthiness. So if a person is following ethical value, then people will be trusting him. People believe that whatever he say, there is an ethical thing in that one. And if you are going on in ethical path, there is no hidden things. Everything will be transparency. Very transparency can be seen very nicely. And you are accountable and you are the confidential. And there is an objectivity when you are on the path of the professional ethics. Among all, you will be getting a great respect, which cannot be given by any position or by any other things. The ethical value, whenever we go for any prayer or anywhere, we respect more our preacher who is genuine. Why? Because he is following ethical values. He is teaching us ethical values. So we have a great respect for him. So these are the few aspects which I feel that they are one of the important things in our professional ethics, in our legal study. When we core characteristics, when we go to the professionalism, the core characteristics, competence. The competence may be differ to person, place to place, or the ability to ability. But when you see we are going on a path, when we are on the professionalism, we are on ethical value, then our competence slowly moves to least to highest. And our knowledge towards the what we are doing and the knowledge towards what we are going to implement or what we are going to impart to others, it all, what we can say that the confidentially will be moving up. And consistentness, and because you are following the same ethical principles, there is no deviation. So consistency will be going on more in that one. At the same time, my friends, the most important is integrity. The integrity directly links our ethical value. Whenever we are ethical, our integrity is more. We feel that whatever we are getting, whatever the things we are following, then the integrity will be going on raising. There's no doubt we get the respect. Why we get the respect? Since we are following our ethical principles. We are going on the way to ethics, our emotional intelligence. Nowadays, the most of the employees are losing emotional intelligence. There are many. When I was giving the webinar on emotional intelligence in different organizations, I found that their emotional intelligence is unbiased. Once what we can say that they are unable to control it. Some people say that I am unable to control. Why? Because I find that there is a no specific rule. This means that there is a deviation of values. When there is a deviation of values, the employee are losing their emotional balance. So when they lose the emotional balance, we can't expect the miracles from them. In fact, ethical values, I'm not telling that ethical values will give you the miracles, but I am sure that ethical values will lead to a good work. Maybe not miracle, but it may be a wonderful works. Appropriateness, the appropriateness will be giving very, very accurately, and our confidence will be going on increasing. We will be getting more confident when we are going on the path of the ethics. Ethical values are followed by us. We are in the way of ethics. Then we feel that I am not doing anything wrong. I am not deviating, because you are working with rules plus your heart. Your heart is not deviating you. Your heart is telling that you are doing a good thing. You are listening to your inner man. Try to listen first him. If you are not following ethical values, your inner man says that, no, you are doing wrong. You are not following ethical things. This is not fair for you. So these are the few things which we can say that due to this, the moral, the confidence of a person will be going on increasing. Now let us have some discussions that why, being the legal faculty, why we need this professional ethics. We are teaching, we are practicing. Yeah, sure, why not? Here there is a two things are there, my friends. Preaching and practicing. We are practicing the things which we are preaching, or we are expecting that our students will practice what we are preaching. They learn very, very, very few things from us, but they learn more from our practices. They observe us. We are the model for them. They very keenly observe. My teacher or my lawyer or my senior is telling like this, whether he is following it or not. If he is not following, then this rule may be only for the book and exam, not to be followed, not to be implemented. So that's why legal professional people must be a model of honesty, model of respect, model of lawfulness, fairness, patience, and unity. We are the model for all these factors because you are observed. You are observed by many eyes. You will be studied by many brains. You will be noticed by many thoughts. So to overcome all these things, to become a model of ethical man, a professional, legal professional man, you must be a model to be respect. You must be a model to be lawfulness. You must be fair. You must have patience and unity. So as an educator, teachers also must treat every student with kindness and respect without showing any favoritism, prejudice, or partiality. Being a teacher, I can say that if you are following these things, no partiality, you will see that your students will be approaching you, not only for the subject matter. If they face any kind of difficulty, they approach you. I take one of the quote, whether appropriate or not. Rabindranath Tagore, one of the educationists of the naturalism from our India, he said that the teacher must be a guide. He should be give a naturalism. He started in Shantiniketan, a naturalism, naturally learning process. The word of teacher, nowadays many people do not accept this. No one can teach to no one. Just we are sharing our experience. The teacher who you call, do you think that he is only giving knowledge? No, he is also learning from students. That is the reason that when we are having ethical values, then definitely what happens, we will be developing these things. The professional values of social justice. Society is looking, society is very, very seriously looking. Just know what the madam told on 3 professions: teachers, lawyers, and doctors. That's why we never say that they produce anything. Their service that we treat for their services, and we call them the noble professionals. Why? They are the people who are creating the social justice, the integrity, trust, and respect. When these 4 pillars, they are able to maintain it, then professional commitment will come to them. This will be reflecting to them across the professional standards. And also, they will be relevant to the registered teachers regardless that post. Don't think the teacher, school teacher. He may be a legal professional. He may be teaching legal courses, any other things. So we cannot separate the professional ethics from us. It is not only important to 1 or 2 or 3 being humans, it is very much important to everyone. So whenever we see the accountability, ethics is a branch generally which we talk about the philosophical study. Philosophy. When we talk about the philosophy, the first 2 names comes to us, Plato and Aristotle. They have given the good constitute to a good life. And generally it is stated that knowledge, all the knowledge is originated from the philosophy. Whichever the country, let us take that, you may be masters of arts, masters of science, master of engineering, but the highest value of our educational qualification is PhD. This means doctorate in philosophy. We are measuring the highest value in terms of philosophy. So philosophy has given a very, very broad. So let us have some focus on it. Professional ethics were established and are constantly being developed as a guiding set of principles. These professional ethics are given as a guiding set. They are guiding us. They are trying to guide us. They are guiding set of principles that help dictate what constitute good behavior of person in authority. Here I am using a word, my friends, authority. The behavior before the authority and the behavior after the authority, there is much change can be seen in many people. Authority brings some of the change in them, but professional ethics says that authority should not bring any kind of changes. Authority today maybe, tomorrow it will be not. But being a man, being a person, you are forever. You will be treated forever. So your way of dealing with people do not reflect your authority. It should not have any influence of your authority. Of course, you may take the decisions by using your authority, but the decisions should be follow your ethical principles. You have to be ethical. You have to be moral. You are punishing a person? No, never. You are not punishing a person. You are punishing for his wrong. You are taking action for his wrong deed, not the person. You can see sometimes some people, when they fire an employee, they talk to him, they say that you are a good man. Really, you are a very nice person. But the action which you have done towards your duty do not make us to keep with us. So we are fighting for your action, not for your human being nature, not for your kind nature. So this way makes him to think, yeah, I did a mistake. Being a professional, I would have not done. So this will not make him to be develop any kind of enemyship towards the organization. He thinks that organization has followed the rule. There is no other thing. I have done a mistake. Organization has taken the steps as per the rules and regulation. So professional ethics, in short, we can say that means of which we judge authority's validity. Professional ethics are the means which we can judge, we can say the authority's validity. What is the validity of the authority? How this authority is valid. So whenever we talk some of the basic rules, I'm not telling that these rules are new, but I'm just refreshing. I'm trying to make that nowadays the many things everyone is thinking about the only one monetary gain. Monetary gain cannot give any person the satisfaction of his self. His physical needs may be satisfied, but his mental needs, but his heart do not satisfy. So we are not supposed not using authority to influence our personal life or for monetary gain. Whenever we are in the authority, we have to see that we should not influence by keeping our authority to make some of the influence on personal life or any kind of monetary gain. Not using authority to malicious intent. Some people will have some intention behind their words. There is an intention, but they never express that intention. They shows that I am going to take action basing on that. But you can take the action. You should not use the authority for any kind of wrong intention which is you have. Acting within the scope of the position's authority only. What is your authority? You act. Be in your circle. You will be safe. You will be safe forever. If you cross the circle, then it will be a biggest harm. In our Indian Ramayana and Mahabharata, many stories are there which you may be not aware. Rama told to Sita to be in the circle, be in the circle. But she crossed the circle and the whole Ramayana took place. So this is, I'm just taking an example that the position, our position's authority to be in circle means I want to say that you should be using your, whatever the force, whatever the law given by your authority, restricted to your scope, that's all. No influence or advocating unethical conduct in others. This is the most important for the legal professionals. We are not supposed to influence, or we are not supposed to take an advocating of unethical conduct in others, and acting in good faith to fulfill the duty of the position of authority. The faith should be good. Whenever your faith is good, ultimately your actions are good. Everything good. If you start with your faith. When you are starting with your faith, there is a no question that the ending also comes with a good manner. Here I wrote many things, nearly 15 things are there. So keeping of times factor, I may be going off the important things. The foremost thing I want to say that in any profession, we should be loyal towards our profession. Do what you like. This is some people say. But I want to tell you people that do what you love. Because you love it, then you will do in a good way. You love in a proper way, then you will be doing it fruitfully. Love your work. Make your work as a first partner of your life. Remaining others are the next partners. Punctuality. It may be a difficult task you to be, what we can say that, to quote a small thing from one of the great philosopher and poet, Kabir. Just first I will tell in original of Indian language, काल करे सो आज करे सो अब, पल में प्रलय होगा, भौरे करेगा कब. Sorry. Here what he wants to say that the work which you want to do tomorrow, do today. The work which you want to do today, do it now. In fraction of second, we don't know what is going to happen. Then when you will do the work. This small poem gives an importance of punctuality and time. Many people use one word that they say, I am busy. Actually, no one is busy. Why? Why we use the busy word? Busy means to say that my priorities are different. This work is not my priority. That's why I am busy. This work is not in my priority list. So I am busy. So this busy is a word which is used in the people who do not want to develop, who do not want to go forward. They want to stick at the place where they are. Avoid this busy. Prioritize your words. Prioritize your works. When someone asks you why you have not done this work, you can say that certainly I do the work, but my priority of the works are different. Let me complete my priorities. No one in the world have more than 24 hours in his life. In a day, we have only 24 hours. Whereas in 24 hours, some are sleeping 18 hours, some are working 18 hours. That is their priority, this is their priority. So the priority is defined. Punctuality is a then priority. Dutifulness. If you love your duty, there is no question. You will have the respect for the profession, respect for the institution. You may be John, you may be Dr. Mohammed Shafiuddin, but this is the second one. You will be noted as one employee of your institution. If you respect, others will respect your institution. When your institution is respected, you are also respected. So that's why you must have respect for your institution. Use your right. Speak straightness. One day or 2 days or some days you may hurt, but people will understand that this person speaks straightness, very straightforward. They will understand you. That is a very, very important thing. Good behavior, positive attitude. These are the more things. Good behavior. Judge your behavior by yourselves towards clients. Your clients are the people who comes to you by taking a great oath. They feel that you are the representative of law. You will be giving them justice. That's why we should not deny the justice. Justice cannot be denied. It may be delayed, but not denied. So we must have the positive attitude. We should have a positive attitude to our work, our profession, our values. For all these things, we must have a motivational attitude. Irrespective of age, every day read one motivational quote. Read a motivational quote. Use a diary in which every page starts with first day with motivational quote. Use one calendar, table calendar, which gives one motivational quote on every new day. Every new day is one of the gift given by the God. Let us have the innovation on the day. Let us do something innovatively. Change the inner man. Outer man, no one is going to see the outer man. No one is going to respect the outer man. You are cheap. You are very nice. You wear the very good suit. These are physical appearance. There may be possible, some may be, ladies may be attracted for short time. That's all. There is no full attraction. There is no nothing. After that, when they comes to our inner thing, they will leave us. They will kick us and goes. So what I want to say that motivation should be from our side. We have to motivate ourselves. We should not wait for someone who comes and makes us to motivate. This is not the duty of anyone. In the daily life, everyone have their own schedule. Everyone have their own. Where I use the dressing sense, I don't mean to say that you should have that, but whatever you are using, you should have a sense of dress as per the time of presenting. You are going to a restaurant, let us have your own dressing sense. But when you are going to your office, you are a representative of one of the institution. Your dressing sense reflect your institution style. So have some good dressing sense here also. And my friends, how ethics involving the students. Here, I forget even the professor or whatever is saying, I feel that a teacher has a duty to encourage the student to learn to the best of their abilities. And we have to every day, either a science teacher or any other teacher, teach them a social values. Teach them to respect for self and others. Integrity, responsibility, cooperation, loyalty, and honesty. Try to inculcate these habits in your teachers, in your students. Sorry. So, being a teacher, you are supposed to have a model to develop a social values. You must follow the school rules, enforce the rules, and teacher must not, what we can say that you have everything. Here I want to be just take one example that sometimes teachers, we say that whenever a student asks, they say something will be not relevant to the question. Why? Because they may be not knowing. I'm not telling that teacher must knows everything. Because nowadays, teacher is one of the source to the student. In olden days, teacher is only the source. Now the student have many sources. They may go for audiovisual, they may go for video, they may go for some other things. So if you don't know the answer put by the student, humbly, honestly see. Oh, I heard from you this one. Let us have discussion of tomorrow, getting more content on this one. Your respect will be increased in the student. The student will think that, oh, teacher knows something, but he wants to give me very elaborately in the next class. So you are making your respect to be increased. Here, your honesty, your values, whatever the values are there, these dignity, truthfulness, fairness and responsibility, freedom, these all values, core professional values will be going on increasing in you. Every time people will talk about fairness, this Dr. Mohammed Shafiuddin is going on talking fairness. Fairness is nothing. How you are promoting the equality and non-discrimination. These two is enough, which I am talking to you in the green one here. You can see how you are promoting equality and non-discrimination. You are not showing any kind of discrimination. That gives us fairness. Dignity doesn't mean that dignity is a position's dignity. Dignity is a respect for humanity. Whenever you are respecting the humanity, you are a legal professionals must respect every person. I'm not telling that others should not respect, but we are the models. We should respect it to every person, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, gender diversity, appearance, or whatever it may be, age, religion, social standing, anything will be, we must respect. If the opinions are contradicting to our opinion, that is his opinion, we ought to respect it. The basic task, truthfulness, and also our values. Whatever the values we are following, these are values to be developed. Whenever we talk about the legal professionals and relationship with our work, my friends, here I am using many times teacher. Why? To say that you are in a prestigious university, like European university, where the law is taught. So I am just sharing my experience too with very high qualified people and also with a great people. Really, it's a good opportunity for me to learn also. Whenever we have a commitment to the standard of ethics of our work, then definitely we become expertise. Expertise doesn't mean that we need some orientation, we need some this, that, nothing. You are committed to a standard. You must be. So many times, I'm not using the country, but some country proverbs say that don't give fish to a man. Please make him to learn how to fish. So here you see what we are telling to that. The commitment to this work, let us do. In the same way, our commitment, whatever we are doing, it will reflect our personality. It will reflect our individuality. So our fairness is a very, very important, which is having direct relation, to our work. So whenever we talk about legal profession, we talk about the learners, we talk about the guardians, who are the guardians, we talk about the everything will be. When these all things collaborating, then we will be learning and developing. Every day a new learning, every day a new development. If anyone feels that I know everything, then definitely he is a person who don't know anything. There is no such a person who knows everything. Let us take an example that when of Sir Isaac Newton was asked to a person that you are a high knowledgeable person. You have a very good knowledge. Then he said that knowledge is an ocean. I am a person just picking the stones on the bank of the ocean. Sir Isaac Newton has given that he himself described him as a person who is picking the stones on the bank of the ocean. Then let us think, what we? Are we searching the way to that ocean? So knowledge is always developing. Always it will be going on increasing. How much you share, that much you develop. It is the development. Your property may be going on decreasing by sharing, but knowledge never going to be decreased by sharing of it. Share your knowledge. 1, 2, 3, 4, every. So I hope I have written here in French. If any of my friends knows, Mary Sotos means thank you to all, I hope. It may be thank you for sparing your valuable time and patience for listening to me. And I am ready for any kind of your questions or clarifications. It will give me most pleasant and most happy to discuss with you people.